What's going on, everybody? Corey here, and finally, uh, the review, the 6 months with whatever you want to call it, with the Orphic wallet. Um, so one of the first videos I did on this channel, one of the first like handful, was a review of like a quick review of the Orphic wallet, and um, just to kind of recap a little bit, I was using the Shadow wallet up until the Orphic came out. So, and the Shadow Wallet was one that I love. I still love to this day. I still think that is probably one of the best Magic wallets released in the Shadow Wallet. Just because it's minimal, and I love the, you know, minimalist wallets. Um, the built-in, thought of card, brilliant. The peak, I love everything about the Shadow Wallet is there. Like anything I want in a wallet is right there. But when the Orphic came out, I switched over and I have been carrying this ever since. So this has been in my pocket, going with me everywhere for the last roughly about 6 months. Price wise, a little bit more expensive. I just checked on um, the 1914. I think the Orphic is now 78. I think I paid a little bit less than that when I first initially bought it. Um, and then on Vanishing Ink, it's 75. So you save a couple bucks. I like to go directly to the people who produce things, though, in a lot of cases, if I can. Um, as long as it doesn't end up in a huge shipping issue. I do believe that they have a U.S. distributor of the 1914, so you actually get the stuff from within the U.S. shipped to you, which is nice so it doesn't get held up by customs. But that all being said, how has my experience been with the Orphic wallet? Um, I'm going to be honest, because I do still really enjoy and really like the Orphic wallet, but I do find myself not using it nearly as much as I did the Shadow wallet. And that's just because like the Shadow wallet, it has that built-in thought of card. So you've got that index available, so you can do that built-in thought of card. Now, I've had some comments on the channel saying that the 1914 had some things in the works to kind of make that a universal product standalone to go with any wallet. I've had one write a comment recently that says that you can actually just pull that out and put it into the Orphic. I have not tried that. I have 3 Shadow wallets, so I might try that with the carbon fiber one that I don't use, and slide that in here and see if I can get that kind of use out of it. Durability wise, mine is still not that worn, so I do question the leather that is used in this wallet. So there's different levels of leather, and usually some of the worst quality leather is the genuine leather product. And I do feel like this is kind of falls into that genuine leather. It does wear, it just doesn't wear very fast. It doesn't get that patina feel to it and look to it. Like mine has some wearing, it has some stretching, but and this has been carried every day. Every day. So there's that. I do feel like the leather quality is a little bit less than what I expect, but it's also Magic. The Magic community tends to gravitate more towards a genuine leather instead of an actual good leather. Genuine is really just like barely a step above having a faux leather wallet, for the most part. People who deal with leather are aware with that, are aware of that. The peak, I still love. I love the peak of this, just because it can be handled very nonchalantly while you get the peak. I also, I've seen some people add a few things to make it where the peak a little bit more devious, so having a card up in here and then being able to slide your peak in, or the thing that you're peeking the billet, and not seeing it, not appearing like there'd be any way that you'd be able to see that. So I like those little kind of subtleties. I might add something like this, like that to the Orphic. Where I really think it shines, so I've got the Orphic Plus. Where I really think it shines, though, for me, is the card to wallet. Well, and functioning more as a wallet too. But with the card to wallet, I like the fact that, you know, you're going to see, I won't show off too much, but you're going to see the ID when you pull the card out. So it's going to, a lot of card wallets, there's a chance that that card is going to get under the ID, or you can't have an ID in there. So I do like the way that they have addressed the whole ID issue if you use this window in here for your ID. And your peaks are still 100% accessible, nothing gets touched. I love that. And then the functionality is the wallet part I enjoy. I enjoy that I can actually keep things in here. So I do have my actual bank card. I've got Crazy Card. One version of the Crazy Card here. On the reverse side, the How to Read Minds card, and the other Crazy Card gimmick here. And I do that mostly because most people don't notice that, except for I have my card in there right now upside down on the banking side, on my real bank side. Most people don't realize that that card changes. So here I've got, this is my real bank card. I flip over to the other side. If you just change it, that's the How to Read Minds. So I keep it where the logo is up and no one notices it. I can also keep other packet effects in here, other wallet effects. So the wallet effect that I've been playing with and fine-tuning over the last year or so is in here. That might be all I've been keeping in here recently, other than some cash and some actual cards. But, like I said, I haven't used this nearly as much as I have the Shadow Wallet. And that's because, from what this does for me, I do have billets in here too, but what this does for me isn't along the lines of what the Shadow Wallet does for me. I appreciate, like I said, I love the card to wallet. I like the peak. I'm not someone who's doing a lot of peak effects. I'll do a card to wallet. You know, you've got to be set up to do the card to wallet in here. It's hard to just do without having it ready to go. And you can keep the setup in your pocket just fine, though it does get a little weird if you haven't done it, you go to pull your wallet out and pay for something and it's set up for card to wallet. But overall, I still rank it pretty high amongst Magic wallets. I wish I used it more. Again, for me, Shadow Wallet was a thoughtless process. Someone says, "Oh, you're a magician. Can you show me something?" I was like, "Sure." Well, I want you to, I want you to imagine a deck of cards and go into the whole spiel and get them to name a card and then pull that card folded out of my wallet. I'd be able to show them that the wallet there's no other playing cards in there. This is really, for me, this is more kind of like that gigging wallet. This is, you've got it on you, you can carry it as an everyday wallet, and it works great as that, but you're not pulling this out a whole lot unless you're prepared to do something. And that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people use this all the time. Will I still continue to carry this wallet every day? Most likely, yes. I do have the N2 wallet by TCC. I've thought about switching back over to the Edge wallet for a little bit, see how I like that. Or even going back to the Shadow wallet. But I do still really enjoy this, and maybe I need to change my scope on things and think like, you know what, when, like I'm going to be 100% prepared, ready to go 100% of the time, all the time, for when someone asks me to do something and do something out of this, because I have builds and I can easily do, you know, a drawing duplication or, you know, whatever to use this wallet and use the peak. Um, but for me, a peak isn't the selling point of any Magic wallet. Uh, the selling point to me for this was a Switch, and I just don't see myself using that in a casual environment. Um, now, that being said, again, I do think this is a great wallet, and I think it's like anything Magic wise, it's all subjective. So subjective to what works for you. I still rank this high. I still would give this a 4 out of 5 when it comes to stars. Um, but it's not someone who does mostly. If you're not a mentalist, I would say you're not one. You don't need to get the plus. You can get the standard size. Or if you're only a mentalist, you can just get the standard size. But if you're not a mentalist, I don't know if this wallet is going to meet that need that you have. Like I said, the switches are great. The switch is very deceptive. Um, there's a Brother John Hammond move. Um, actually, it's not Brother John. It's someone, he talks about it in his book. But there's a paddle move that basically you can do with this to get the switch, and it looks and feels pretty normal and nonchalant. That you can do with this wallet. But I think for the most part, most card workers aren't going to find this nearly as useful as someone who does mentalism work. And it just, for me personally, it just does not feel like a non-performance wallet. It is a great everyday carry wallet. And like I said, I do find myself carrying this every day and enjoying it as a wallet. And sometimes to me, that's the biggest selling point. If I can use it with no issues as a wallet, that's all I want. And then it's a wallet that happens to assist me in doing things, and it does fit that criteria for me. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Take it for what you will. If you have an Orphic, I would love to hear your thoughts on how you use it. Do you use it in more casual situations where someone says, "Hey, show me something"? Or are you kind of along the lines for me, like it's a great everyday wallet, but it's more of a performance, like it's a gigging wallet and less of a casual wallet. Um, and I'm sure Louis Laval, I'm sure he's not watching this, but I'm sure he's very thinking like, no, you can absolutely 100% can be used as a casual. I'm sure he has very different viewpoints than me, but it is his baby, and I think that's another thing that we forget, that creators, especially people who are creating a lot of things, are using their own products, their own effects in a totally different way than normal magicians would. Um, so I think, like I said, I do recommend it, but I do recommend it more for the mentalist and less for someone who's a card worker. I've done a lot of rambling on this, so that's just the way I am. You know that. Again, I give it 4 out of 5. Check it out if you want, but I'd love to hear your thoughts if you already own the Orphic. How to use it in a casual environment? Do you use it in a casual environment? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let's keep it civil, but let's have a conversation down below in the comments. I'd love to hear those thoughts. And yeah, I guess that's about it. And if you don't use the Orphic, maybe you've used it and you've gone back to a different wallet, or you changed, you upgraded. What have you moved on to from the Orphic as well? I'd love to hear those thoughts because I love wallets. I think I've done a wallet video on this channel. So yeah, let's have a conversation down below, and I love chatting with you guys. So we'll catch you in the next go around.